Let me show you the best way to transplant hydrangeas. First thing you're going to want to do is pre-dig the hole that you're going to move the plant to. This way it minimizes the time that it's out of the ground. You'll want to dig your hole 2 to 3 times as wide as the root ball, but only as deep. The best time to transplant hydrangeas is in the early spring when it's still relatively dormant, but the ground can be worked. But honestly, they can be transplanted most of the time. My rule of thumb is I try to do it before it's more than 50% leafed out and definitely not blooming. Hydrangeas have wide, shallow roots, so when you dig up the root ball, aim for width versus depth. You'll want to dig a perimeter all the way around the plant and just give it a little tug. If you've dug around the perimeter, then you can start wedging it up. Okay. Before the final placement, I'm going to get about a cup of biotone starter to put in the hole and in the backfilled dirt. The biotone will not only fertilize the plants, but it will also stimulate those roots to grow. And the placement is where I want, so I'm going to start backfilling. I'm also going to amend my backfill soil with about 30% good compost. Whew, that smells rich in nutrients. I'm also going to add the rest of this biotone around and mix it all together with the natural soil. Now you want to water it in really well and let that soak in. Once the water is settled in, you want to just give it a light tap with your foot all around the base to make sure that all of that soil gets packed in. Once it's packed in, you can see if you need to add any more soil around the base. Once it's packed down and you've added that extra soil, give it one more drink of water. If you found this helpful, please like, save, and share, and follow along for all things hydrangeas.